Tuesday morning has arrived. It's about 7:30. We're getting kind of a late start to it. No big deal. We don't have much going on. I think we got 8 or 9 yards to mow. Got to put the mulch in that mulch job we started yesterday. Damien and Devon are just going to handle all that. I'm going to go out to the golf course. The only thing we were going to mow was greens. That was the only thing scheduled to mow today was greens, but I'm not even going to mow those. It's feels like 26 out right now is the feels like temp. So it's basically freezing outside. Extremely windy. It's Tuesday, which is ladies' day at the golf course, so it's not open to the public, and it's not open to men or children. So pretty much nobody's going to be there is what I'm saying. I hate to say that, but on Tuesday, on Women's Day, it's basically just a closed day until maybe like 2 or 3. Might get a couple groups of ladies coming to play a best shot together, but during the day, so not a high pressure day, I guess is what I'm saying, to make sure that we get a ton of work done. So they've got a cleanup crew going in the morning here this morning at the country club. A bunch of trees got cut down around the club. They're all going to be in there picking that up. I know they want me to get over there and help with that, but I need to get my arse up to Davenport and get some pre-emergent. I picked up a couple new fertilizing customers after I ran out of pre-emergent, and which is funny because when I got the pre-emergent, I looked at it and go, oh my God, I ordered way too much, but blew through all that, picked up a few new customers, got to go up to Davenport. Also have the guys coming down about 12:30, 1 o'clock today to do the irrigation system and blow the lines and turn the water on and make sure that's all going. Those guys also do the fertilizing and spraying on the course, kind of an interesting deal. Kind of got a 50-50 deal. I do all the mowing, landscaping, maintenance, trimming, all that thing. They take care of all the maintenance and repairs on the equipment and spraying and fertilization and weed control on the course. So it's kind of a nice deal. So they're going to be down today to blow the irrigation lines out and put down their pre-emergent and treat the greens and hopefully get some water. Some of these greens are really starting to crack in the back corners and they need water bad. So let's get our irrigation turned on today. Let's get this course wet, get some fertilizer down. Damien's got about 9 yards to mow. I want to say there was 10. I deleted one. She never really wants it done unless it actually needs it, and it's so early in the season it hardly needs it, so I just deleted it. So Damien's got about 9 yards to mow. Devon's got a mulch job to do, and then he's going to help him with that. Got a lot of new edges being established on these yards. First cuts of the year, edges, trimming, blowing, that stuff takes more time than the mowing does. So Devon and Damien will handle all that. I've got to go pick up some pre-emergent, get back to the course by about 12:30, 1 o'clock, help with the irrigation. We'll see what happens. One thing I noticed, a lot of these videos, I always plan the day out early on and tell you what's going to happen, and we shoot about 75%, so we'll see what that 25% that I'm not expecting is.
Well, in the car, heading to work. Let's go get these jobs done, knocked out of the way, and make some money today.
All right, time for the update. It is 8:55, so 9 o'clock. Damien and Devon took off about an hour ago to go start the residential route. I've gotten tied up after tie up after tie up, which is pretty common, so getting used to that. But was heading out the door, and the city stopped by. My wife had called them. We got an area in our front yard that's just been progressively sinking, and we drain our pool every year, and this year went to go drain the pool, and the water didn't run all the way to the drain like it typically does. It sat right in front of our house where this dip has been going, so pretty obvious something's going on. And here within the past 4 or 5 years, we had a new housing development built behind us on 8 acres, and pretty much all the drainage of that is put into a culvert area with some drainage facing right at our street, and time when it was first built, the other side of the road used to just get flooded with gravel and washout, and it was terrible for the whole year of like 2022, 23, somewhere in there. Fast forward to now, so now we have an issue where our curb is cracked and things are caving in and whatever. So wife called them, and I happen to be walking out the door. I'm heading to Davenport right now to pick up some pre-emergent for some new customers. And yeah, I was heading out the door, and next thing you know, I got a 15-20 minute meeting with the city, which was fine. I needed to figure these things out anyway. So like I said, I said in that clip, you have everything planned out how you think it's going to be, but it never goes quite as planned. But as long as you can stay as close to plan as you can, and keep your mind on the end game and on the final goal, you'll do all right. Blue. $9:34. We're locked and loaded. We got the wife's car up here, loaded full of fertilizer, grass seed, starter fert, all the goodies, you know. Everybody up here in their rigs and pickup trucks, and we're in here with a Ford Taurus, or yeah, I think it's a Taurus, Ford Taurus. Get the job done, right? By any means necessary. There's the new P&K Midwest. Tell me who's got one of those and they're down. All right, just pulling into town. It is 10:07. I imagine Damien and Devon probably got about 5 or 6 lawns done already, so they probably only got about 5 or 6 lawns.
Dave and I made it to the first job. We're about to unload and get everything going. Got 3 yards right in a row. Let's do it.
Already, so they probably only got about 5 or 6 lawns, not 6. So maybe 4 or 5 lawns left to do.
3 yards done. Dave's putting the mower away. Here's some stripes to start your day. Close.
And that mulch job probably be done about 1 o'clock for those guys, and then Damien's got one out of town lawn to go hit. I've got to go check on that irrigation here soon. I've got a quote I'm going to check on. We've got to take all the goodies back home, load the sprayer up. I've got a couple preems to do later this week. So, yep, we out here hustling, grinding, hustling. We got here, I think this might be a company out of DeWitt, stripes up the Quick Star. They usually do a pretty good job. Let's see what he's got. First of the year stripes. They're there, but I'm sure even he'd tell you it's early yet to be your best. All right, guys, that right there is why you always show up to quotes. I showed up there to give that guy a quote for lawn care and fertilization, which I had already thought was kind of ridiculous anyway, because I'm like, well, I'll just measure the yard. I'll get the square foot. I don't really need to come over and meet you necessarily or anything, do I? I just need to know the measurements of the yard and whether or not I can get my machine in there and go from there. But he wanted me to come and take a look at some things in the yard, so I happily obliged. And I came thinking we're gonna just look for that, and next thing I know, he wants the full 6 treatments a year. They've got an area of sod that got installed that didn't take, that they need revamped. They have, I mean, I'm gonna guess off the top of my head, it's gonna be a couple $1,000 mulch job. So I'm back there, he just says, hey, do you guys install mulch? Because, I mean, they've got gorgeous landscaping all over the backyard with that really nice concrete curbed edging, very nice landscaping all around the backyard, front, everything. And he said last year he put in 200 and some bags of mulch, and they're just not interested in doing that again this year. So they asked if we'd give them a quote to install. You know, it's going to be several yards of mulch. I mean, off the top of my head, I'm not even going to go there, but several yards of mulch installed. A seed job to do, the full treatment 6 plan, 5 bushes at the end of their driveway they want ripped out, and then they have an area that is currently mulch that they would like taken out of mulch. It's right along the driveway. They want the mulch removed, and they want it to be like a paver, I would call it like a paver patio, the 16 by 16 paver squares. Those, so when people pull out of or park in the driveway, they can step out and not be stepping into mulch. So, oh, somebody learning how to mow the lawn there. So, yeah, that's going to be a pretty good size quote based off of something that I thought was just going to be your basic weed control, fertilization, don't even need to show up quote. And that's why I don't give quotes over the phone. People show up, meet the people. Just checked in with the fellas. It's 10:57, just about 11 o'clock here. They're actually at the yard that they're going to be mulching.
How's it going, everybody? Well, today me and Devin went around, got our list done, and we had a mulch bed that we had to finish up in the afternoon, so that's kind of what we are doing right now. Getting this handled here. Got this yard mowed up today beforehand. Devin's over here getting it all smooth, solid and that, and getting her done. Looks good. Small add-on to that other video I just made. It's funny about this mulch actually, because when we had showed up to do the spring cleanup, we had noticed that the front mulch was kind of all tore up, and you could see the landscaping fabric, and it just, you know, it didn't look up to par. And we had some extra mulch, so we figured we'd just toss it in the front here, and it turns out that she really liked the way it looked, so we went and got the rest of it and decided to get that off. I just figured I'd let everybody know a little backstory to that. So all right, have a good day.
So that was the last lawn that Devin's going to help with. So they're going to mow that. They're going to run to the house. They're going to get the 350, leave the truck and trailer at the house. They're going to grab the 350, run to Gassers, grab a couple scoops of mulch, go take care of that mulch job. After that mulch is finished, Devin's going to take off for the afternoon. Damien's got one out of town lawn to do, and I forgot in the earlier clip, but he's actually got one other town lawn to do right next to my house. So right when he parks the rig, hop out and hit one more, just to kind of alleviate tomorrow. Tomorrow we do my neighborhood, and we didn't have very many today, so this threw one at the start of tomorrow, at the end of today. So should be a pretty simple day. I gotta go grab some lunch. I got conned into that. Wife needs pizza. Everybody needs pizza. Going to Godfather's again, 2 days in a row. Which reminds me, after making all these videos, I've noticed that I wear this Nike sweatshirt like all the effing time. And my wife has had, in our Amazon cart stuff too, make me hoodies for our business for about a month, and I just haven't bought it. So this morning, I went ahead and took care of that. So we'll have some hoodies, some Eastern Iowa Lawn Care hoodies coming up here shortly. All right, that was probably a good idea. They had chicken bacon ranch up in the house. It's got our fertilizer unloaded. Right. Their request for me was to dump a few things, get a couple loads of dirt, and there's a couple holes out here that need filled in, reseeded. You can take a garbage bin and pick up garbage from out there. There's looking phenomenal, and I got a lot of things. All right, little midday update. Got done unburying this bunker. This thing's completely covered in weeds, so we're out on the practice course. Unburied that, stirred it up, filled a couple stumps in around there. I got here, everybody told me not to really help with any of their cleanup. They said they pretty much had it. Asked me to fill a couple holes in and to clean this bunker. They're gonna bring a bunch of sand in. Hopefully here soon you see somebody in the creek over there putting the pump in the pond. All right, 1:15. Just swapped rigs with Damien. Is he still over there? Yep, Damien's about to take off. He's got 2 yards to do. Devin just went home for the day. I'm heading back out to the country club. Let me show you what I've got going on. Let me turn this yeehaw around. Those are my swimming trunks. I think I'm about to be getting into the creek. That's what it goes on?
Well, that's where it never was, but
I said it doesn't quite look like it's standing.
I like that.
How did he do? What did he do differently?
Well, see, we had it out there this way, so the water would carry it. Yep.
Oh, I see. And he got it to where it just hooks on that bench and
He
just...
put it here, that way you're not going way into the water digging.
It's got a little wet, fellers. That was pretty fun though. Hop down in there, put the pump in. Soaking wet, but good times. Cody and his boys on the ski loader. Practice course. There's Dave, the old legend. He's been on the course. He did 45 years as the greenskeeper. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet to see everybody out here helping. All right, update on the pond pump. Everything's working out great. Worked out just fine.
See. It is fairway.
All right. Last chore of the day. We're helping Dave load up one cart. And we're going to play some golf. All right, that's a wrap on the work day. I'm sorry, hold on. Holy cow, nice job. I just drove past one of the lawns that Damien mowed today, and holy cow, stripes are popping on that one. Good job. Bringing her in for the day, done for work. I'm pretty wet still from jumping in the creek, so I think I'm gonna try to take a really fast shower, and we have got a tee time on the simulator here in about 40 minutes. Playing a winter golf league on the simulator for couples, and we have made it to the playoffs. So we won our first round of the playoffs too, actually. So we are on round 2 of the playoffs. Hopefully we don't run that shit over. Hopefully we strike her rich, baby. Shoot a 5 under, I don't know. We have arrived. Leinenkugel cherry in hand. Mentally. About to shoot 15 under on 9 holes. Win this thing. In case anybody was wondering if I hit bombs or not, you tell me. Hit it through the fairway. Nice shot. 213. All right. There's the pan.
Oh my God, why did you do that?
Moving on to the semis. Team Kirk, we're coming for you. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. That was Tuesday in the biz with us today. Damien and Devon knocked out the residential. I had to take a trip up to Davenport, pick up some pre-emergent, come back to town, hit a quote, back to the course, do a little bit of cleanup with some guys that have been there. Got the irrigation set up at the course today, got some sprinklers running. It needed that so badly. A couple of those greens were starting to crack. So irrigation's up and running. Fertilization's going down tomorrow for the course. Everything that was on schedule got taken care of today. Put a wampin in at the golf course today, or on the simulator. It's awesome. Made it to the semifinals. So one more win and we make it to the final. And yeah, pretty awesome. So hope everybody else had a great Tuesday. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. All the goodies. So take care, everybody.